Now turn up.
Assalamualaikum and good morning to our beloved Madam Surya. My name is Nur Intan Shamimi binti Muhammad Zamri from MBA 11140D.
My name is Edina Najwa binti Norazli from MBA 11140D.
My name is Elia Karani from class MBA 11140D.
My name is Norbalkis binti Abdullah. I'm from MBA 11140D. So today, my group and I will present about Chapter 7, which is Supervision. Supervision process is a process conducted by supervisors as they play an important role in management team. Their roles will help in achieving a productivity target. Efficient and effective supervisions will lead to a better work performance, good human relationships, and create supportive environment. What is supervision? Supervision is an activity conducted by a supervisor to oversee the productivity and progress of an employee that report directly to them. As for example, a first level manager will supervise the entry level of employee, while the second level manager will supervise the first level manager.
Even though supervisors are regarded as managers, but there are different thoughts on the capacity of a supervisor. There are 5 different capacities of a supervisor as viewed by the workers. The first one is the key person. So, as you can see in the slide, there are top management, supervisors, and workers. So, what is a key person do? So, key person is ensuring there will be smooth communication between top management and workers. So, the top management sees supervisor as someone that they can pass information to the workers, and the workers see supervisor as someone to pass their feedback to the top. Any inaccuracies on the part of supervisor will lead to miscommunication. The second one is the man in the middle. So being a supervisor is very pressure because each parties have their own expectation. For example, the top management expect that supervisor will instruct the workers to achieve their goals and make sure that all the workers will work in line, while the workers expect the supervisor to be on their side. So, to satisfy these two parties with very pressure, it will give the supervisor difficulties to handle these two situations. The third one is the marginal man. Marginal means not included. As you can see, supervisors is very lonely because no one supporting them except their peers. As you can see in the slide, how supervisors are viewed as the marginal man. They are ignored, including by the workers, and they are also not included in the management. Next is the behavioral specialist. Behavioral specialist is someone who is expert in understanding employees' behavior. So what supervisor need to do is to get close with the workers. In that way, supervisors will understand how the workers is feeling by looking at their behavior. Why supervisor need to understand workers? Because if humans and their feelings are not well managed, it will lead to problems for the whole organization. The last one is another worker. So supervisor is no different from a normal worker because they are not making decisions, as all the decisions are made by the top management, and they are also just relay instructions to the workers. The position given to them is just a title without any privilege or authority.
Supervisor and his keystone role. Supervisor is a keystone of an organization. It is because they are the one who directly communicate with employee. They are the one who understand the employee behavior, They are the one who supervise them, and they are the one who motivate them too. Other than that, supervisor is the one who transmitting information from the top management to the employee. They are the one who receive the pressure from the both part, top management and from the employee, to ensure the smooth of the organization's operations. Therefore, supervisor is an important element of an organization. They are the keystone, topmost and central of stone of an organization. Without a keystone, an art will collapse, and same goes to an organization without supervisor.
Okay, so now we move to the next topic, which is mentoring. Mentoring is a process that focuses on providing guidance, direction, and career advice. And sometimes people also call mentoring as coaching. The more experienced person will be called as mentor, and the less experienced person will be called as mentee or protege. As you can see on the slide, there are some objectives of mentoring. The first one is skill enhancement. Mentoring enables experienced or highly competent staff to share their expertise with others. And the next one is professional identity. Like for example, when young employees are in the early stage of their careers, they need help in understanding the organization and how all the things done. And with mentor can help by give them guidance and training. The next objective is career development. Mentoring also help employees plan, develop, and manage their careers. The next one is leadership and management development. Mentoring encourage development of leadership competencies through example, guided practice, and training. And the last objective is knowledge transfer. This is where mentoring can provide for the exchange of information or knowledge between members of the organization. Okay, so there are two types of mentoring function. The first one is career function and the second one is psychological function. Career function are the function to enhance the mentee advancement, and through this function, mentee is taught to develop job competence for any future advancement. So as you can see on the slide, there are 5 approaches used by the mentors, which are coaching, challenging, assignment, exposure and visibility, protection, and the last one is sponsorship. The next function is psychological function. This function is mainly used to enhance the mentee's sense of competence and the effectiveness of the managerial role. As you can see on the slide, there are 4 approaches that will be used by the mentor in this function. The first one is role modeling. This is where the mentor's behavior and attitude becomes a model for the mentee. The second one is acceptance and confirmation. This is where the mentee is able to experiment with a new behavior and the mentor feel appreciated for what he has offered. And the third one is counseling. This allows individuals to explore personal concerns that may interfere with the positive feelings of self and career achievement. And last but not least is friendship. And this happens when there are good social interaction, result in an understanding and mutual desire.
How to become a good mentor? The first characteristic that you need is to be a very good listener. You must be very attentive, perceptive, most importantly, unbiased and diplomatic. The second one is superior performer, being a better performer in doing your own job. The third one is accessible and available. You must be willing to know your mentee, always keep in touch, and you must always be there when your mentee needed you. Next one is sensitive to diversity. You must be very aware of differences, like differences in culture, gender, and also physical disability. further is character builder, team player, knowledgeable, and eager to learn.
Okay, let's move on to the benefits of mentoring for employees, which is we call it as a mentee. Okay, firstly, they can get a career advancement, which means that the employees can gain a career development opportunities. Next, they also can get a personal support from the employer who has a greater knowledge from them and seek an advice for the major work they do in an organization. Okay, mentoring also can make the employees learn and development, which means they can learn on their ongoing training or formal study from the mentor. Apart from that, the mentoring program also can make the employees increase their confidence, which means that when the employees feel isolated at work, the mentoring program can encourage them to speak confidently with their employer or mentor in an organization. Lastly, employees also can create a better strategy and move towards productive action to accomplish the organization goals. Okay, let's move on to the benefits of mentoring for the mentor itself. Okay, firstly, they can get a better understanding of the barriers happen between the lower level management and solve the problem together with the employees. Next, the mentor also can share their knowledge with the employees and the organization so that they can develop some skills from the mentoring program. Apart from that, the mentor also can develop a stronger communication between the lower level management or higher level management in an organization. Lastly, the mentor also can practice and develop more about the leadership skills in an organization so that they can guide mentee towards an organizational goal. The benefits of the mentoring for the employer, which is the organization, they will produce more or greater productivity in an organization. Next, they also can gain a positive work environment when the harmonious relationship between them was built and the greater job satisfaction among the employees will be created. Apart from that, an organization also can reduce losses when the employees makes fewer mistakes in their job. Lastly, the organization will reduce the turnover, which means that as employees feel a greater sense of loyalty to the organization will use the mentoring program to attract a new employee. As we know, the mentoring program also have their own pros and cons. So, let's move on to the disadvantages of mentoring for mentee, mentor, and employer. For the mentee, they also can get a negative impression from the organization or the people outside of the organization. Okay, next, they also can have a strained relationship with the mentor. Lastly, they also can experience the frustration as people expect them to do more. The negative impact for the mentoring program on a mentor are, firstly, the mentor will get a dependent mentee. Next, they also will lack of time, which means that the mentor have to commit an excessive amount of time and energy on a mentee. Lastly, they also will experience pressure due to the slow progress of a employer or an organization. They also will receive some negative impact on the mentoring program. Firstly, the trust issue may arise, and they also will experience limited resources, which means that they will have less qualified human resources to become a mentor. Lastly, the creation of climate of dependency culture will be created.